All right, y'all. Y'all thought I wasn't coming on, huh? Putting you down. um, no, putting you on. That's how she say it. But we're gonna do a new love reading, y'all. That song that's in my head right now is that song. I don't know if it's Brandy or Monica, but that song that go like, I would like to get to know. Wait, how does that go? I would like to get to know if something. Let me see. I feel something tell me. Wait, I would like to get to know if I saw. No, I don't know. Let me see. Is it Brandy? Let me see. Type in the lyrics. I would like to. Damn, I don't know the lyrics. What's that song? Yeah, I want to be down. Yes, that song is in my head. I want to be down. How the lyrics go? Because, you know, they're going to copyright my ass. I want to be down. I would play it. Oh, it is Brandy. I would like to get to know if I could be the kind of girl. What? The kind of girl you that I think they wrote it wrong. I would like to get to know if I could be the kind of girl that you could be down for. Because when I look at you, I feel something tell me that you're the kind of guy that I should make a move on. And if I don't let you know, then I won't be for real. I could be wrong, but I feel like something could be going on. The more I see you, the more that it becomes so true. There ain't no other for me. It's only you. I want to be down with what you're going through. I want to be down. I want to be down with you no matter what time of day or night is true. I want to be down. So it's two energies I feel, right? Because some of you guys are manifesting new love. So I feel like that's how somebody's going to feel about you, and then there's that ex or that the situationship that didn't make they move. So we're gonna see what comes out. I want to be down. You was spot on. Thank you, Coders. All right, let's see. Oh, I unplugged my thing. I did. Hold on, y'all, I'm over here kicking it. I'm kicking the light. All right, let's get some oracle cards. That song is so stuck in my head. Cause somebody said they wanted a fun flirty reading. So let's see. All right, Holy Spirit, angel guides, what is the energy surrounding this reading? Because we know it's going to be two people. What's the energy surrounding this reading? We got this is unconditional love, oh Lord. And then we have holding on. So, and that new love could look like that person that did not make that move, right? But for some of you guys, it's still, because I be trying to explain as best as I could, but I tell you guys, I pick up two different energies. So we got the twin flames, and then we got the counterparts. The counterpart sometimes is that new energy where things don't get started until a long time because they're not trying to play games, but they're still in a karmic cycle. It's not intentional, right? So the twin flames, they're typically more narcissistic. Those are the ones y'all letting go of, where it's like, yes, let them go. The counterparts, it'd be hard. It'd be them situations that's like nothing really got started. It ended before it could get started, right? So it could be that person if you guys have already entered that type of connection. But regardless, the energy is the same for new love. So this person that comes in, you guys haven't met them yet, this is going to be a situation where there is unconditional love involved. All right. What else? Holy Spirit, angel, God. She said, man. We have understanding a timeout is needed. I feel like something crawling on me. Okay. So at some point, this connection is going to go through separation. But whatever, that separation is going to make the bond stronger. And then we have instincts. You are being guided. So follow the guidance. Follow the guidance. What else? We got water and we got masculine. That Queen of Cups keep coming out, right? So this could be for a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or the person could be a water sign because they did come out with the masculine. So this masculine could be a water sign. But it doesn't matter, right? I don't typically focus on the zodiacs. I focus more so on the energy. So if you operate like water energy, where you're very loving, kind, caring, empathetic, very feminine, and open in your heart space, like you tend to think about people's emotional needs and act from that place, then you're that water energy. What else? We have comfort zone. Someone's going to be in their south node energy. We have decisions. There's going to be a choice to make. And we have harmony, balance. That's what the choice is going to be. Somebody's in regret. What else? If y'all was dealing with a twin flame, right? This twin flame is going to be in regret because I feel like they're going to be jealous of the decision you guys are making to move forward because you're going to choose to go in a different direction. And then it leaves them feeling guilty, confused, or they owe you an apology, but that's going to be their karma. So for some of you guys that are moving through the twin flame connection, I feel like this ex is still going to try to come out in the reading because they're in your energy, but they're not the new love. They're going to feel some way when you enter this new love connection. But I mean, that's typically how it is with twin flames, because it's like you can't, when you meet your true twin flame, you can't ever break that bond. That's you, right? It's you. Like, you would have to break you. But you can, like, disconnect from them. Like, I always see my twin flame birthday. I always see signs from my twin flame. So it's like I know when he's trying to pull on my energy, but I don't feel his energy. But I always know he's there. You get me? Like, but I just don't think about him. But I carry him. Does that make sense? You won't ever be able to get rid of your twin flame. Real love. So this new person, it is going to be a situation where it is real love. Okay? What else, Holy Spirit, angel guides? The wettest or the stiffest in my life. So it's going to be, somebody's going to feel like it's the best that they ever had. Okay? And that tells me that y'all going to, well, I don't know if y'all going to be doing it raw or not. Maybe they're going to be touching. Hey, twin. Scales are balancing. What else? We have confused. So there's going to be confusion here. Some of y'all tired of feeling lonely, right? Y'all been feeling lonely right now. Like, where is my person? We got real deal. So the real deal is coming in. Determined to change. We're going to find out who the energies are. We're just going to pull and see what comes out. What else? But I do feel like it's the new person. Because, like I said, the new person is counterpart energy. So counterparts, you still work with them. looking for your weak spot, secret spy. That's your twin flame, okay? Or the ex, the karmic ex. I feel like they're watching their social media. They don't want you to move on. But it's like they're in that energy of like, I don't want nobody else to have you, right? If I can't have you, I don't want nobody else to have you. But they can't do nothing about that. I'm scared of your shadow self. So I feel like with this real love situation and your twin, they're going to be scared of your shadow. At some point, it's going to come out. We have I'm a player and I don't want to change. I feel like that's the twin flame. What else? This is the new person. My life was amazing before, but you make it so much better. That's how they're going to feel. And then we got... You seem too good to be true. That's how they're going to feel. Trying to find out about you. And then we have, I love your attention and affection. It's so warm and peaceful. So with the new person, it is going to be real love. But I do feel like it's going to develop. It's going to take time because it's going to be one of them situations where it is going to be confusing at first to determine, are they a karmic or are they a twin flame? Your intuition is going to tell you this person is safe, but they're not going to be ready to love you. They're not going to be out of that karmic cycle. You get me? Because it's like, even when we were dealing with our twin flames, we knew it wasn't safe to love them, but we didn't trust our intuition. So it's different. You'll know the difference when it comes to this counterpart energy. Because it's something where, because there's unconditional love in the situation, even if they make you mad, you're going to keep coming to these realizations that they're your person. And you're going to want to forgive them. It's going to be easy for you to forgive them. Because you know deep down inside, it's like, this person is my person. And I know that they just needed time to grow and change. Thank you, Jatori. I think that's how you say it. All right, let's get into the tarot. Now I'm going to do this one. Tell us about new love, Holy Spirit, angel guides. For those that are manifesting new love, what do they need to know? And if you guys already met that person, then you know this is their energy. What do we have for new love? We have 7 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles. Someone's in an energy where they're trying to figure out something. They're trying to figure out, or they will be trying to figure out how to give to this connection. Why are they trying to figure out how to give or balance out the connection? 8 of Swords. What else? Ace of Swords. The Empress. Okay. So this person, when they come in, I feel like this is somebody who have options, right? And this person is trying to figure out their life. It's not that they're trying to be a player. This is not the I'm a player and I don't want to change situation. This is somebody who's like, I feel like they're established in certain areas in their life, but their love life, they're more careful with their love life. So they have money, they have a social life. Some of them could even like to read. Someone also likes to explore, like they like to travel. But when they meet you, I don't think they're going to be in this energy where they were looking for love. It's like they kind of felt fulfilled in their reality because they have options, right? So it's like, if you're not struggling for something, if you're not wanting for anything, you might not know that you need something. So let's say, since this person is financially set, they're not struggling, so they're not worried about money. They can go where they want to go. They can have fun when they want to. They get attention. They like being single, so they have people that they could pick from. You get me? If they want intimacy, they get that easy. So they enjoy their singleness. They enjoy their life. But I do still feel like something feels like it's missing. Even though they enjoy their life, even though they have everything, something still seems to be missing, but they don't know what's missing because they have everything that they want to have access to. And we got the Six of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords. That's that feeling. That's that feeling of, I have everything. Why am I still unhappy? I'm missing something. And then the Ace of Swords in the reverse. It's like, okay, let me put this in here because then it's going to be confusing. We have the Empress and we have the Empress sideways. So the way I'm reading this is like, this is the energy that they're in. They have everything. They feel a little bit unfulfilled still. Then they meet the Empress. She's sideways because they don't know she's the Empress. They kind of do, but they don't. So what that means is like, when they meet her, they know something is different about her. She's not like the rest. But they don't know yet, because it's like, when you meet somebody, we're judging them based off of what we're seeing, not necessarily what we know about them. So he feels like she's the Empress, but he doesn't have full clarity. But I feel like this is that questioning of his intuition, right? So let me see something real quick. Why does he not know that this is the Empress? Like, why is it halfway energy? Ooh, y'all seen the way that flipped? Queen of Pentacles. She might be a mother. I think he sees the qualities. Okay, he sees the qualities of a Queen of Pentacles in her. So she could either have children and he feels like she's a great mother. Like, something about her energy is very nurturing. And you could tell, like I don't know, they always say masculines know, right? Like, they know. So I feel like whatever that knowing was, he knew. He's like, she seems like a good mother. She seems like she's very generous, nurturing. He also seen her as somebody who was transformative. Like, or he's gonna see her that way, right? Like, she has star-like qualities. But I think it's because of her confidence. Again, it's that magnetism. That star energy is giving like, maybe she has something where she's talked about her life, because they are going to be watching her. This person is going to like watch her on social media. So some way, somehow, when they meet, they are going to exchange social media. And they find out things about her through social media. Maybe they go through her pictures, her following, all of those things. But they find out some information about her to where it's like they come in that King of Swords energy where they're analyzing. They're They're paying attention to the details and facts, but they're not talking about it. They're just, you get, oh, that's what that I'm tired of feeling lonely energy is. Thank you. Thank you, Mastodon. I think that's how you say it. That tired of feeling lonely. So they were in an energy where they were feeling lonely when they meet this feminine. Because like I said, they have everything, but something's missing. So anyways, I feel the energy that they get off of her, it's like they admire her. They see something in her. Like they see that she could have children and she's good with those kids. She's very nurturing, motherly. Or if she doesn't have kids, she has that nurturing, motherly energy to her. They feel like she she's healing. Her energy is healing. Okay, that's what it was. Thank you, Spirit. I think this person don't know how to describe her. That's why I'm having a hard time describing how he sees her. Because I could feel it, but saying it, it's like it's difficult to say it. She inspires. She inspires him. That's why that death is there, right? Because I think she do her own thing. Like, she doesn't care about how people view her. She doesn't care about how she shows up. Not that she doesn't care about her image, but she doesn't care about her image in like, I'm going to be the world standard of who I am. I'm going to be who I am, right? So they see something real about her and they admire it. They feel like she has star-like qualities because it takes a level of confidence to not care about what people think about you, right? Especially if you're building something and you have a vision or a dream and you push for it. But most of all, he feels like her energy is very healing. So there's some truth about her. Oh, you Aqua? Welcome. And she makes him happy. So it sparks up his inner child. I think seeing her being motherly and seeing her being so nurturing and kind, it sparks their curiosity, like, but from a standpoint of like a child. And it's that happiness they felt when they were a kid, right? So they automatically feel like this is who they want to invest in. Okay. But they also notice something else about her. Oh. They felt like it's not the right time to approach her. So this person watches her for a while. I think they watch her in silence for a long time before maybe even talking to her. But because they gather so much information, it's crazy. Because I'm about to tell y'all. We got Nine of Wands, we got Eight of Pentacles, and we got Six of Cups. They observed in her that she's a hard worker. Like she's a go-getter, right? And she has this energy about her that's unstoppable. So they're like, she's been through some things and she's fighting through it and she's working on something. But she reminds me of myself. So he sees something in her that reminds him of him. It's like if you are a go-getter, like if he's a boss, he's a go-getter, and she's creating that for herself. He sees that drive, that determination in her, right? So he recognizes it as she's like a kindred soul. But this is all things that he's keeping to himself. He's just observing her, observing. And he looks at the fact that she's someone who is very committed to whatever she was doing, whatever he was seeing, right? She's committed and she also has a belief system. So he sees her as someone who is, because it is you, babe. He sees her as someone who's action oriented and driven. Like, she's gun-holed on her belief system. It's like, whatever I'm about, this is what I'm fighting for. And I'm a fight. Like, but she's fighting for a cause. But she's spiritual. So she has, it's like she's God sent. She has, you know how some people come off like they get successful at what they do because you know that it's their purpose. Like you know they're walking in their purpose because the way that it hits you. But it's like God, you know that God pushed that person to do that, walk down that path. So our experiences, sometimes it shapes us to where it's like I've always been talkative. Before I became spiritual, I was a hairstylist, makeup artist. So I always was around people and those were my passions, but that's what I used to do for work, right? And I would always like hear people's stories and I would always give advice because that was just natural for me. So when I got into tarot and I grew in tarot, it made sense. I'm like, oh my God, this is perfect for me because I talk so fucking much. Like, but I didn't look at myself from a place of like, I have so much wisdom. You get me? It was just when something is natural for you, it's just like, you think everybody knows it. You think it's normal for everybody. But when something is like God given, it hits different because it's more valuable than you think. You just doing it because you feel pulled to do it, called to do it, and it's something that you've experienced and you want to help others. So I feel like that's how he was seeing her. It's like she's pursuing something that God put on her heart. Even if he couldn't describe it in those words. Yeah, anointing. There you go, twin. But he's like, she's really dedicated to the cause. And I feel like in his heart, he's like, that's who I want to commit to. Because this person is committed. So I feel like this masculine, he, but the thing, oh, this is also his higher self. Him being a hierophant, right? Because this is why he could recognize her so easy. But I think with him being a hierophant, it's like his higher self was looking at the future. But I don't think his lower self and his higher self was in the same space. Like, I don't think this is something he would have been able to explain to himself. Because remember, he has no clarity. Ace of Swords in the reverse. So, he's saying in the future, I would be able to give to this connection. I do feel like in his lower self, he knew he wasn't ready for what she had to offer. Because remember, she inspired change in him. So she's inspiring for him to put this life to an end because he's seeing her as a mother figure. So he's like, maybe from the moment he met her, he was like, this is going to be the mother of my children. Yep. Humanitarian. That is the word. That is the word. But hate people, oh my God, that's very much Aquarius energy. Love people, but hate them. My Lilith is an Aquarius. I understand. but see, it's just like, it's her. Like, it's nothing that she had to change. It's her determination. It's her will. It's her drive. I feel like this masculine is somebody who's strong too, but see, he's different. She doesn't care about what people think about her. She has that, like, I don't give a fuck. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, what I'm called to do. I'm going to fight through it. She has that type of energy. He's more like, I don't think he was there. I think he was still figuring out himself. Because remember, he didn't know what was missing in his life. And then he meets her and he's like, I think she's an empress. But I think he really don't know what an empress looks like. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of us don't know what it looks like when we're on this journey, to be honest. We got to figure that out. As we keep getting hurt and we're growing, and then we outgrow energies, and then we start to figure out, and then the more we step into our power, it's like, oh, this is an emperor, this is an empress. So it feels like he didn't really know what an empress looked like, but he knew she was different. She was a cut above the rest, right? All right, so he said in the future, this is where they would have an opportunity. Let's get back to this deck. So what happened? Why is he observing her in silence? Five of Wands. What else? Queen of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. So he was being strategic. Okay, here we go. Now it's making sense, right? I feel like it's so unfair because I can't read energy like in the moment. I have to read past, present, future. So it's like I'll be having to tell y'all every freaking thing. I don't know how to read energy any other way. But like I said, it's still new love, but it's like some of you guys already dealt with this person. So you're going to hear them maybe at this point now, right? What we were talking about was the beginning, how you meet. So y'all that haven't met them yet, you're going to know what happens when you meet them. But at least I think you're supposed to know. Because one thing that I said a couple times before, I'm like, it's trippy. Because the way that I read and on this journey, it's literally past, present, future at the same time, that you're living out that reality at the same time. So it's like when you meet that person, you're going to already know your whole future. But you're still going to be unraveling because you're not going to know everything. Like Spirit is really smart in how he does this. Even though you're listening to these readings, you still won't fully know that this is that person because until other things start to play out, because those in-betweens ain't going to be filled there yet for you until you get to that point. So you'll think the reading isn't for you because you haven't got there yet. You get what I'm saying? So so it's gonna, yeah, it's gonna play out, but it's crazy. So we have Five of Wands right now in this part of the storyline. He has some conflict that he was dealing with. There's some people he was fighting with. I don't know who these people are. Oh, this is competition. So he got options, a lot of them. So these are people that actually want him because this is somebody who has it going on. Like this is a person who got their life together. And be careful, y'all, because sometimes these counterpart and twin flames sound the same, but they're not, right? But anyways, I'm just going to read the energy as it is. But this person have their life together. Like they're good. They're in a good position. But they have a lot of people that want them. Remember I said that when they want to like hook up with somebody, they have access to that. You know, and I feel like they enjoyed their life like that. I'm not saying that they're going around being a hoe, but people get hooked on them. They don't get hooked on people. So they know they need to let this go. They need to deal with these people. Well, twin flames ain't good or bad. Twin flames is a journey. The way that I see it, it's your twin flame is you. We have more than one, but you have your true twin flame. That's the shadow twin. So we would say like they're narcissistic. They're dark. And then it's typically the empath, right? The empath narcissist dynamic. But see, we all have that duality. So when you guys are chosen for that shadow twin and light twin dynamic, you integrate with that energy because most of the time the empath is naive and the narcissist is always getting away with all the bad shit that they do. So the empath, they hurt the empath, and because they think that the empath is like pretending, but them hurting the empath hurt them in the end because they get karma from that. And they realize that they hurt someone who was innocent. The empath wasn't playing the game, the empath was loving them. Then when the twin flame betray the empath now stops being naive about love. Like it's like that energy, it's fatal attraction. Like I'm sleeping with the enemy. Like I love this person, but this person was pretending. They were wearing a mask. They wasn't real. And then when that breaks that illusion, because it's illusion for the narcissist to think that everybody's out to get them, and it's illusion for the empath to think that everybody's good. So when that illusion breaks for both of them, it affects them differently, but they're twins. Like they are the shadow twin and the light twin, they're real twin flames. The other twin flames, they're lessons, but and it's a dynamic to it, but it's not as powerful as the shadow twin. The other twin flames, you could break those bonds and let it go. That's what people call karmic connections, but I don't call them that. I call them twin flames because of the purpose of it. And people call your true twin flame the counterpart, but that's different. They call the one that I call the true twin flame is what they call the false twin flame. You get it? So I don't call it false because I feel like twin flames are completely different than what counterparts are. They're two different type of journeys. So you have to go through the twin flame journey to get to the counterpart journey. But your twin flame, your shadow twin, most people who have higher spiritual ranking and are meant to um, have like a big mission here on earth in this lifetime, they meet their shadow twin. So everybody don't have a shadow twin, right? Because it's a contract. Spirit bring those two into this lifetime together to affect each other in that way. It's one of the most important connections you'll ever go through. But it's hurtful because it's betraying. Like it can even lead to what is that? Like for me, when I got with my twin flame, it triggered so much past life regression. Like it's so deep. But me and my twin flame, like my twin flame in one of my lifetimes, and I remembered it because I kept having dreams and I was like, what the fuck? But and he was different faces, but it was the same energy. It was him. And then when I met my counterpart, I had dreams about my twin flame and my counterpart. And I kid you not, the same things that happen in those past life dreams it happened in this reality because they came in between me and the counterpart connection. Because the twin flames are possessive, right? Like they're possessive. So my twin flame was possessive in real life too. But he was a little bit more scared of me because I could see through him, and I was a little bit more tapped into my shadow energy in this lifetime, but in the other lifetimes I wasn't. I was scared of him, right? This lifetime I integrated with him because that naiveness broke. So it's like I stood up to him per se. But your twin flame is you. Your shadow twin is you. You can't escape that. And it's one of them things where it's like you hate them but you love them all at the same time. So it's but that happens because when the empath gets betrayed like that, it awakens their shadow, right? So now they see their twin flame completely different. You are looking at them in the mirror because you've integrated with your shadow. So they're your shadow energy in the flesh and you're their light energy in the flesh. But the twin flames typically are narcissistic because they were abused when they were young, and then they go through this whole thing where it's like you are abused too, but the empath is abused too, but the empath wants to help the world heal. The narcissist wants to hurt the world because it's like they want everybody to have the misery that they faced. You get it? So it's opposite. But the thing is, like, the empath is naive and they push away their shadow. So it's like when they're hurt and they're in pain, I am from LA. When they're hurt and they push away their pain, they don't they're not being real. It's like you're living in you're being delusional. Like everybody gets angry, everybody gets upset. You got to let that out, right? um and then the shadow twin is like they have to come back to their light because everybody out here isn't out here to hurt you. So that's what the empath teach them, and that's what they teach the empath. So when those twins finally integrate with themselves by accepting their light and their shadow, their duality, now their purpose, they could really operate in their purpose because typically they're the hierophant and the high priestess, and they need to use that skill to operate in the world in their purpose, right? So it's different than the typical twin flame connections. Now, and I have a playlist so you guys could watch that. So, because I'm gonna get back to this reading soon. So then when you start breaking those connections, then you start meeting the counterparts. And the counterparts, it's like if y'all seen Stranger Things, right? How there's the upside down world and then there's the real world. That's how it's mirrored. So the counterparts is the real deal, but counterparts aren't perfect. They're on their journey too, but they're divine like you. They just, the divine feminine is typically more spiritually awakened. So they awaken the masculine energy. So the masculine still makes mistakes, but they don't do it on purpose like the twin flame. You get me? So that's why at first you don't know if they're karmic or not because they remind you of the twin flame. But that's what people call the true twin flame. But to me, counterparts aren't your twin flame. Your twin flame is you. Like, you having to accept yourself, your fears, all of those things, they mirror that to you. Your counterpart mirror the best version of you. So it's like they help in aiding you to become your higher self. So the way that I like to say it is like twin flames is duality. So it's yin yang energy, but in the form of light and shadow needing to balance. Counterparts is yin yang energy, but it's in the form of masculine, feminine energy needing to balance. So once you have that integration of both within your own self, that's when you come into union with your counterpart because you have to be whole on your own. So it takes a while because all of this is a journey. You get me? So not everybody get to come into divine union because they don't understand that it's a journey, it's a process, and it's going to be a lot of hurt and healing, but you also got to forgive because you got to look at it from the bigger picture. And those divine counterparts, they have a purpose together. So those divine counterparts also have a twin flame, a shadow twin. You get me? So they don't do that work with you. They do that work with their shadow twin. And then when you come together into union, you've already built both of yourselves up on your own. So let's say, like this masculine, he's a boss. His feminine is going to be a boss, right? But she wasn't that when she met the twin flame. She was in a trauma bonding space. That was the beginning of her journey. So she has to continue developing. Just like for him, it wasn't his money and things like that he needed to develop in. It was his spiritual journey he needed that connection to his higher self. So in this storyline, so it's like she sparked that. You get me? But he could have sparked her inspiration for wealth. You get what I'm saying? That's how counterparts work. And then they both go on that mission solo because she already got the spiritual aspect of herself. So now she gets the physical aspect of herself, which is building in the physical world, which is also what the masculines do. They toil the earth, right? Then they tap into their feminine energy, which is being more spiritually connected, their emotions. And then once they both balance that, now they could come into union. So hopefully that explained it. But let's go back to the reading. No more explaining. Let's get back to it. Okay, I'm glad y'all got it. Oh my God, who is this? Who is this, Pip? Is this Brandon? Brandon. Is this Brandon? I know that name, Pip. If you went to manual arts and you talking about we ran track, we definitely ran track together. That is so funny. What you doing watching tarot? You believe in tarot? That's crazy. It's nice to see you. Y'all, he know me from high school. Damn, that means I'm really getting around on YouTube, huh? It is a small world. Anyways, let's get back to the reading. All right, so tap in, subscribe. So with the Queen of Cups, he's like, I have to get away from all these people, right? Like, there's people that are in competition, people that want him. Because look, oh, it's two masculines here. It's two masculines, but it's a whole bunch of girls, right? And it's like they're all fighting over this one. So he's like, I gotta let go of all these options. So he did recognize, okay, he did recognize who she was. He knew she was, he didn't know she was an empress. Because again, he don't know what an empress looked like, but he did know she was someone that like you settle down with, right? She had that motherly energy to her. And then we have Nine of Pentacles, but this is something that was going to take some time to walk away from. So he's going to end up doing it, but he's going to be moving from it very slowly. And he's being strategic about it, right? With the Chariot. But see, in this current moment, we skip some steps because Spirit not trying to let y'all know everything right now. So I already know what's going to happen, but Spirit is skipping the in-between. Y'all should already know what happened too, because y'all been listening to these storylines anyways. But skipping past what he knows he needs to do, something happened, right? Oh, wait, is it the Queen of Wands? Who's feeling like left out and withdrawn, waiting on a message? Is it the Queen of Wands? Six of Swords, Six of Cups, Two of Cups. Okay, I think it's him. Okay, so he's saying that he was trying to be strategic. Uh-oh. I always gotta put my phone on the charger. Hold on, y'all. He's saying he had to be strategic to walk away from these connections and he was moving slow. But him moving slow made the Queen of Wands walk away. Because she don't know what's going on. She don't know that how they feel about her. She don't know what they want with her. Now, at this point in the storyline, it happened in the past, right? Damn, Spirit just skipped some steps. But there's things that went in between that space. Y'all not meant to hear that right now. But at some point, she walks away because they were moving too slow. And I feel like she was waiting for them to like pursue her, make a move on her. They never expressed their feelings. They never said anything. But she felt like they were a soulmate too. She felt like they were her Two of Cups. So her confusion was, why aren't they asking me out on a date? Right? So that's why she walked away. And he talked about her too. Like, he talked about her to his friends. So now he's sitting there sad because she withdrew her energy. And he's stuck up in his head. He's trying to figure out how to work on things with her, how to get her back. Ooh, because he feels like he left her heartbroken. So there was a whole lot of miscommunication, misunderstanding. What ended up putting her in this Three of Swords energy? We have Page of Wands. What else? Strength. What else? Ooh. Four of Pentacles. She felt like they were treating her unfairly. She feels like they were putting her in a compromising position to have to choose herself. Because they weren't pursuing her. They weren't moving forward with her. So it felt like, okay, now remember we had confused, right? That's what the confusion was. She's like, they don't like me. Maybe they don't like me. Maybe I like them more than they like me. So remember how I said it's like when you meet this person, you're going to intuitively know. You're going to feel like this is my person. It's like the same way the feminine sees them, they see her, but they don't say anything. Yeah, girl, watch it over. With these, you definitely have to watch them and like listen to them, because I be telling y'all be thinking y'all already there. And then sometimes you do be there, but you miss some information or something haven't happened yet. But most of the time, if you were dealing with somebody toxic, you didn't come to this energy yet. This energy is on the way. See, that's the song. Why did you write that, Shira? Did you go back and read the comments? Because you must be watching it from the beginning when I was singing it. I thought she was here for real time. Because I'm like, that's crazy. How she know that's the song I was trying to sing earlier? That's the song that came to my mind. But I feel like that's this person. Y'all listen to that song because that's how they gonna feel, right? But yeah. What was I saying? Y'all, I'm also starting up another channel. I'm still going to be here, but the other channel, I won't be explaining it like I do here. I'm just going to read the energy, and I'll do present energy too. So if you guys want additional readings, I'm going to put that in the bio. But I think it will be fun because for me, it's more serious here. It's like teaching because it's for the group that's on the journey and y'all have to understand the journey. But over there, I could just read, like, I could just read energy without having to explain. This is like tarot school, right? Not tarot school, but y'all know what I'm saying. But anyways, so she feels like they were creating an injustice. Like it was just confusing. She didn't understand why they were holding back. I think it was making her feel lesser of herself. So she, at this point, she had already understood that, like, I know what happens when I give to someone who doesn't want to give to me. I'm going to end up pouring more of myself. And I only have me to blame, right? So she chooses to walk away from the situation because they weren't giving. It wasn't because they had an argument or a fight or anything like that. It's literally like he wasn't opening up. He wasn't talking. He wasn't asking her out. So I think he was just watching her at that point. Okay, that's why she walked away. Because, oh, damn. I'm getting the tea now, too, for my own journey. Things that I didn't know. See? You see how Spirit be doing it? said, is this someone else? Yeah. Intuitively, I feel like this is someone else for you. It's not that ex. The ex is the twin flame. The ex is that twin flame that is they gonna feel it in their chest when you deal with this person. But what was I saying? So in the beginning, they were watching her. They weren't making a move. Remember, they were studying her. And then they were like, yeah, she's the one. But I have to change. I have to change my life. That's why we have the death card. I have to change. She inspired that in them, but they weren't ready. But they knew what they needed to do. So this is a masculine who's aware. He's like, in order for me to be with her, it's like, I got to do this right. I have to change so I could stand next to her. Right? And she didn't know what was going on because she's like, why isn't this person pursuing me? Like, don't he want me? Doesn't he feel the attraction? You get what I'm saying? So it was confusing her, but he said, I got all these options. I got all these people that want me. I gotta walk away from this first. But in his mind, it was like, I'm gonna be strategic about moving away from these connections. So that was his plan, but I feel like because he kept watching her and he wasn't making any moves, because in his mind, he's like, I got to deal with this first. But I feel like it was drawing out, like months were going by or weeks were going by. And she just felt like, well, maybe they're not interested. So I feel like she was waiting for them to hit her up, but they didn't. So she just felt like, well, I need to move on. Maybe I'm wrong about them being my Two of Cups. So that's how it's going to feel. It's going to feel that. Remember when I was like, some of y'all might be confused and feel like this person might not be the one because it's going to be confusion. But it won't really get started. This connection is going to move very slow. Okay. Now, at this point, he felt like she's a soulmate and he's thinking about her. So I do feel like the feminine will pick up on the energy. Sounds like $20. Ooh, you funny twin. So it feels like they're going to be thinking about her and they're going to be like, this was my soulmate. How do I get this connection back? They're trapped in their head about it because they didn't want her to walk away. All right, I'm trying to avoid asking it, but I need to ask it. Why didn't he make a move? I mean, we know why he didn't make a move, but like, why did he think that was the right decision to not make a move? Ten of Pentacles, Page of Wands. Okay, so he did want her to see. He also thought about her end of things. Okay, he's like, he saw her as a catch. Okay, he saw her as a catch, and he was like, I want to show up as this Ten of Pentacles, somebody who's offering her something long-term, someone that she's gonna feel like he wanted to offer her a home. He wanted to offer her stability, something permanent. But that means he would have had to been an emperor. He would have his life together, like in order, something built, right? Even if he was well off, it doesn't mean that all his finances was in order. Because people can make a lot of money and still be broke because of how they spend that money. But you got people who like, I mean, if you're only taking care of yourself, you could be a little bit reckless. You'll still get your bills paid. You'll still take care of things, but you're not focused on nothing else because you don't have no other responsibilities. And remember, she inspired that. So he saw her as someone who was more serious. Someone is, he always seen her as someone he could have in the future because he knew where he was at and what he would have to leave. You get me? And he was not there yet. But he's like, I want her to see me as someone who can take care of things, you know? So he wanted to give this to her. He wanted to be able to take care of her. And he wanted to beat the competition. And damn, should I tell y'all? He wanted to beat the competition. You get me? Like, he wanted to be seen as the best. He was doing the most. Y'all know how the men with their ego be. He was doing the most. So then with the Page of Wands, you relate to it, Pip? And it doesn't matter, like, when I say feminine, masculine, because I don't know if you're new to tarot, if you watch tarot, but when I say it, I'm not talking about gender, because you could be male in the feminine energy, and it could switch. It could be vice versa. But with the Page of Wands, I feel like somebody came in between. Now, y'all know who that is. That's the twin flame. Okay, you know? Okay. Oh, so you've been watching tarot. Okay. Okay, we in the same space. I like that. And I feel like this is someone, wait, let me make sure I'm reading that right. King of Cups, King of Pentacles, Temperance. Okay, yeah. I am right. Someone came in between. Someone came in between. It's third parties with the counterparts too. Okay, so the twin flame came in between. Now it makes sense why we had twin flame came out on this side. So they both might have twin flames come back in at different times. In my situation, that definitely happened. My twin came back, but that was before we got anything started, and my twin took me, and then we broke up. But before my twin came back, his twin came in. His twin came in and took him. But he wasn't, when I was done with my twin and me and him came back together, he wasn't done with his twin. His twin still came back in. He fell for the stupidness again. But anyways, back to the storyline. So the twin came in, right? And the thing is that this masculine dealt with some sort of insecurities when it came to him needing validation. So this twin was giving him a type of attention that stroked his ego. So so it's like this twin came back and she gave him some kind of attention, right? But I feel like she knew how to play on his emotions. And here's the thing. He had history with that twin flame. He didn't have history with the new person. Now it makes sense why the Empress was in between, because he don't know what an Empress looked like. But here comes this twin flame. And if y'all know how it, if you guys have gone through it with the twin flame were a mask. And the connection is so strong, it's so powerful, you really believe that they're the one until that illusion finally breaks. The illusion hadn't broken for him. They had fights, they had problems, but they would always come back together. So that's why she came back in the connection, because she could have felt they were moving on. Even if she didn't see it, you could feel that energetically. And it's like she knew how to play on this masculine's emotions so that he could give to her. And I feel like when she came in between, it kind of confused him, right? Because this is someone he had history with. This is someone that he did find desirable. But since he already met the Empress, I feel like he couldn't stop thinking about her. He was thinking about her. His perspective was already beginning to shift. So even though that twin flame came in, his perspective didn't fully shift, but it was shifting. So things weren't gonna be normal after experiencing the Empress, but him and the Empress hadn't started talking or dealing with each other fully at this point yet. It was like they were about to start and she came in, right? So he has a choice. This might be something he might not even know yet, but he has a choice if he's going to be a King of Cups or a King of Pentacles. Now, in this space, the King of Pentacles, this is not just about him being a provider and all of that stuff. This is about him living based off of image. So that twin flame would fit his image, but his heart space is for the Queen of Cups, right? But he had to figure out what choice he wanted to make. Period, Louis. Louis Saint. I think that's how you say it. Yeah, so it's like he had a choice to make. Am I going to go after what my heart wants, or am I going to go after what makes sense for the social construct, right? So he had things that he had to deal with. So now this is where the journey begins to get sticky, and he's starting to awaken, because it's not just the choice of like who, it's why. Why am I making this decision? So this is how he had to wake up to himself and what he wanted. So the feminine was there to wake him up. What else? Knight of Swords, the Magician, Queen of Swords, the Sun, Seven of Wands. Now, at some point, he realizes that the competition, which was the Queen of Swords, she came in and manipulated him, right? And he moved in her direction very quickly. So now it makes sense. This is why he hurt the feminine, because this Queen of Swords came back in, and it's like he kind of ditched the feminine and like moved in her direction, but he didn't tell the feminine anything. He just like left. But he didn't leave in a way that was like, I don't know. It's like he just left. For a moment, it made him happy. But then it started to bring him down again. So I think now he's recognizing, like, I don't think this connection makes me happy anymore because it's toxic. And that's not how the Queen of, well, the one he saw as the Queen of Pentacles was treating him. All right, so what happened with the Divine Feminine with that Three of Swords? How does she feel? Eight of Cups, Six of Wands in the reverse. What else? Why is Six of Wands in the reverse? She felt like this connection isn't going to be successful, right? She felt like this connection isn't going to be successful. And I feel like she was stuck there for a while, or she will be in the future. And she didn't expect to be. But then she comes to a point where she's like, I need to stop thinking about this. I need to focus on something else. I need to let this go. Because I think what hurted her was the confusion of like, why did this person just stop? Why did they leave? Did they start something with her? Because remember, she was waiting on them to message her. So at that point, I feel like they were talking, they were exchanging information. Maybe they were starting to, I think they were starting to communicate. You know, it's like for me, I give people their space. So it's like if we're talking and you stop communicating, I'm not necessarily tripping off of that because I'm like, you'll talk when maybe you're busy. So the next, even if it's like a week or two, I'm cool. You get me? Especially when it's just starting. But then when it becomes a habit and it's like the way you left the message, if we were in the middle of saying something and you didn't say like, hey, I'll hit you back up when I have time again. I'm gonna get busy or something like that. And you just leave like in the middle of a sentence, that kind of feels off. It's like, where'd you go? Why? Because when you like somebody and you're talking to them, you keep up that momentum. You get me? So it feels like that stopped. It's like they were good and then that momentum stopped. So I think that's when the twin flame came back in and they just like randomly disappeared. So she's sitting there waiting and she's like, this doesn't make sense. But did she leave immediately after? Oh. Nope. She put two and two together. She came to a conclusion that maybe they're a player. Right? She was like, maybe they're playing games. Because the way she saw it was, this is an opportunity for a Two of Cups relationship. Like, she was not treating them like games. She was upfront, she was real, she was open, she was giving. So she came to a conclusion that they must be seeing somebody else. They have other options. But she's not going to put herself in competition. But did they talk at this point? Like, did they get anything started or were they just talking? Because this is, I'm not trying to skip too much ahead. This feels like one cycle. This feels like the beginning. This is like they were about to start talking, get into that talking phase. And then they stopped, like their energy switched. That's because the twin flame came back in. They weren't done with that twin flame. But they weren't in a serious relationship with that twin flame either. That twin flame was like a passionate connection that they had. So that's why I said they didn't know what an empress looked like. But they knew something was different about this divine feminine, but nothing, I think nothing had gotten started yet. It was like they were about to start dating and talking, but the twin flame came back and this masculine liked the attention and he's single. So he went back to it, but he didn't intend to leave the feminine alone. It's like his mindset is like, I'm single, I'm free, I could do whatever I want. I didn't ask her out yet. I didn't tell her I want anything serious with her. You get what I'm saying? I feel like the feminine had more expectation than the masculine did. Like he was having fun. He wasn't that serious. He wasn't trying to make this connection serious. She was more so like ready and waiting because she was more serious. So she was more in the energy of like, I'm ready to settle down. I'm waiting for my emperor. He's in the energy of like, wow, this feminine is amazing, but I'm having fun right now. She's definitely somebody I would want in the future. We could work our way up to that. So maybe he's like trying to talk to her just to get to know her, but he's not like fully invested. You get what I'm saying? So his action to go back to the twin flame, in his perspective, is like, I don't get why that would affect her. He's not thinking it would affect the other feminine because he's not being serious about the situation. She's serious about the situation, but he's not being serious because he's trying to be mean. He's just not thinking from that perspective. You get what I'm saying? It's like I didn't ask you out. I didn't I didn't tell you I wanted to be your man. So I'm not doing anything wrong. Now, he would have felt something differently if he said, I want to be with you and this, and like he's making her promises, but that's not what happened. She just had the expectation that we're talking. Aren't we going to be talking, getting to know each other, what's going on? But I think it's because she thought they were more ready than they were, and they weren't ready. So she put them in the position of like they're an emperor, but they're really a knight. They're a player. So but he wasn't trying to play her. You get me? He had a different respect for her because he knows she's not someone you play with. But he was still in that energy of playing games because he's like, I'm not ready to settle down. But if you're my wife, I'm going to put you here. And then if I'm going to play with anybody, I'm going to play with this over here. But you, I know I got to change for. So that twin flame came back in the middle of it and wrapped him up back into that energy flow with her, and it left the divine feminine confused. What is going on? Why did they just stop? So that messed up the connection. This masculine didn't understand because he's like, I didn't want her to leave, but she left. So what did she do? Did she block them? She could have blocked them. Five of Pentacles. What else? Five of Wands. Damn. What else? Temperance. Yeah, this is the first cycle. So we're gonna end here. We're not gonna go to the second cycle because I'm sure it's gonna come out again. But this whole storyline is the first cycle, right? It's because their story is not over. Their story is building. So when she walks away, I feel like they got something started. They were communicating and the communication was bad. It was like, you're not texting me back, you're not seeming like you're interested, and he could just be like, no, it's not that, but he's not really telling her what's going on, and she's trying to give him like opportunities to fix it, but then it's like he keeps disappearing, doing the same thing. But the thing is that he's fighting, he got some stuff going on, but he doesn't talk about his feelings and what he's dealing with. So he's just being silent, and the silence is messing up the connection because she's confused and she's feeling unwanted. She's feeling like they're not giving me attention. They're not giving me energy. And she's that Queen of Cups. Remember I said the Queen of Cups is someone who's emotionally open, ready to give. She has a lot to give. She's ready to pour in, receive. And it's like he's receiving, but he's not giving anything back because he's in this King of Swords energy. So the King of Swords energy is more stoic. Now it makes sense. Okay. So they're so different in the way they operate. Operate. So we have air and we have water. So she operates, okay, here we go. Now we're going to fix it. So he operates from a head space. She operates from a heart space. So these can be two people who could work really well together if they put their energy in the right space, because he's more of a critical thinker. He's more strategic, not because he's trying to be manipulative, but he knows what he needs to do step by step. So even intentionally in how much he gives her, how he's holding back, he doesn't want her to get so caught up in him where she's now becoming attached and she's like, hey, like, let's be together, da 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 da. He's being strategic about it. He's like, I want to start talking to her because I know she's the person I want to marry, but I don't want her to know that. I want to be able to build up myself, but it's only it's only logical that if I don't communicate with her, hi Nisham, if I don't communicate with her, she's gonna walk away because this is a queen, this is an empress. He doesn't know what an empress is, but he's like, this is someone that you marry. He could see that. He didn't feel that way about the twin flame. He felt passion for the twin flame. But see, the twin flame fits his image and he was in a toxic cycle. The Queen of Pentacles that he saw her as fits his heart space. The Queen of Cups, how he wants to be loved, she has that. And the type of feminine he was settled down with. So it's like, you know, the men have fun with the hoes, but they marry the good girl. I mean, sometimes it's opposite, but you get what I'm saying? For him, he's a strong masculine, so that's how he saw it. Like, I'm going to marry the good girl, but I'm having fun with the hoes right now, right? But his twin flame was him, so it wasn't that she was just somebody that was fun like she is. He has love for her, but he still know that the connection isn't working. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's not who he should settle down with. But the bond is what pulls him in. He doesn't know about twin flames. He doesn't know about counterparts, none of that. So that's what that interaction was. And she could have felt it, picked up on it, like, what's going on here? Because something isn't right. For me, I saw it. Like, when it happened to me, my counterpart disappeared for 3 weeks. Like, we were in the middle of talking. But I was in a space where I had, I think it was, did I separate? I had separated from my twin flame. And I was separated from I was separating from no, I had already been gone through that. I'm trying to think when that happened. Yeah, when that happened, I had already broken up with my twin flame. So I didn't have any attachment to my twin flame. And I was in a mode where it was like, I'm not trying to deal with nobody. Like, if I see red flags, I'm already gone because I'm not going to be playing. Thank you, Cece. I'm not going to be playing with my time. Like, I was in a Queen of Swords energy, so I wasn't in that Queen of Cups energy. So I didn't have emotions to give. I was not like, I was attracted to my counterpart, but I wasn't emotionally invested. So it didn't matter to me if he had options or what he was doing, because it was like, unless you show me or invest in me, my heart is closed off to you. It's not cold. I'm open, but I'm not going to give my love away. Like, I'm not going to let anybody use my energy. But if you give to me, I'll give to you. So I would always match his energy. He would disappear for like 2 days and I wouldn't trip. I don't double text, none of that. So I think he was trying to figure me out because he's like, she don't chase. I didn't chase him at all. He always reached out to me and I would let him come back when he did, because I didn't have an attachment to him, right? So I remember this was when I noticed the difference was like, and our conversations was never deep and they were never long. So 3 weeks, he disappeared. And I think at that point I had sent him a paragraph. He had asked me something and I sent him a paragraph. So I was like, okay. He didn't even read it or nothing. It was undelivered. He wasn't watching my stories anymore. So I was like, well, whatever. But I wasn't hurt. Like, I wasn't tripping. I didn't care because we didn't really get nothing started. You get me? Then I literally one day just had the image of him fucking somebody. And I'm like, why the fuck is this man in my head and I'm seeing him doing this? Like, and I felt that energy over me. And then a couple of days later, he responded to my text message. That was when he came back. Now he's looking at my stories again and he's communicating with me again. And I didn't think too much about that, but I always remember that because I'm like, that was trippy. And I feel what was happening was that they were having sex, but I think he was thinking about me. And I didn't know we were connected like that because he was thinking of me, connecting to me. But because of where I was mentally and emotionally, I was not invested in him, but I could still pick up on the energy because of the high priestess. I didn't think too much about it, but I saw it. Like, and then after that, I was like, that is what happened. So after that, I knew she was back in the picture because certain things I recognized about him where it was like, I saw his patterns. And I ain't gonna say it because I know they be watching me, y'all. They be watching me. They be watching me talk about them. But my twin flame and my counterparts. But anyways, they like it was something that he did where it's like he typically do where I read into it and I'm like, oh, you just told me. So energetically I know what he be doing, you get me? And let's just say like something told the story, if y'all could put two and two together, like in a way that was just like, you just told me what happened because it was evident. You get me? It was evident. It was like you got pulled back into something while you was trying to go in a different direction, and this just told it. This literally just told it. So that's how I would get my information too, because I'm like, you don't even know that I'm one of them people who pay attention to words. I pay attention to words. You get me? So I put it together, but I didn't care because I was not emotionally invested. It was just information that I knew. I'm like, oh, he was thinking about me when he went back to her. Okay. I didn't get emotionally invested with my counterpart until after we slept together. Like, that was when I feel like I got a little bit more emotionally invested. Even after that moment I didn't, but it was like, I think it was after the separation, like the real last final separation. It took a long time because there was no reason to get emotionally invested. But anyways, so that's what it could look like, right? Like, y'all gonna feel it. Y'all gonna know. Y'all, there's just certain clues and certain things that's gonna happen because we live in the same life, but it's gonna be y'all version of it to where you're gonna know because you're gonna be deeply connected to this person, whether you want to be or not. They're connected to you the same way. They just need time to understand it. And you'll need time to understand it too, because even for me, I didn't know I was connected to them like that. Like I remember another night too, he got really drunk and I was not drinking and I felt fucked up. Like my stomach was hurting. I wanted to throw up. And I'm like, and I knew I was connected to his energy because we were in this space where we were talking. And he would leave for a couple weeks. Sometimes he would leave for months. But I'm telling y'all, I don't care. Right? And I would always feel when he's coming back, and I would get signs when he would come back. I would actually see his name. My twin flame, I see his birthday. My counterpart, I see his name. So I would see his name. I get a text within that same week. So this was one of those instances where it was the same thing. Like I get signs around him and he was drinking, I guess, a lot. And I just felt so sick, like I had a hangover. And it just hit me out of nowhere. And then I think within 2 days he texted me. So it was just like, this is you. I know this is your energy when I'm connected to your energy. But you're connected with your twin flame and your counterpart. Remember, there's a true twin flame and there's a true counterpart. So even if you try to deny the connection, the bond, you still know. You still know, you know? But anyways, but it's one of them things where it's like, don't get stuck on that though. Even if you know, you have to let time reveal it. You have to let time do its thing, because it's gonna, it's supposed to be confusing. I was definitely confused at first. Cause when I left my counterpart, like I met my counterpart, we had that issue. I was like, whatever. I was not emotionally invested, and I went to go date other people, but it brought me right back around to him. And then like I still keep going on my journey. You get me? But if it brings you back around to them, like you can't help that. That's a part of what the universe is doing. So anyways, I want to wrap this one up. But this was the first cycle, right? And she knew that they had something going on in the background. Even if she couldn't explain it. We got 5 of Wands and 5 of Pentacles. She could have thought maybe they... Oh, she could have thought maybe they don't feel good about themselves. Maybe she didn't think they were dealing with a third party. She could have thought maybe this person don't feel good enough for me. They're intimidated by me. And this is why they're not moving forward. But see, we're going to leave it here. This is also his thoughts. And this, like I said, this is new love. So for some of you guys that already went through this, y'all know what happened. The new people, y'all can't know. But skipping fast forward, even in the last cycle, she walked away, right? And she knows what happened. And this is him thinking about what he lost. Because this is who he wants to have a future with. Like, he sees them as the Empress and the Emperor. So he wants kids with her. He wants to settle down with her. And she saw it too. They both saw it. The High Priestess. Page of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands. But the thing is that there was never a talk about this. There was never... This was all energetic. This was all 5D. Their higher selves knew each other. Their higher selves were in a relationship. Their higher self had an agreement. The 3D self hadn't came to it because the 3D self had to catch up. He was still in a karmic cycle. She was moving out of that, but she was still building up herself. And then they both intuitively knew that they were for each other, but things didn't play out that way. So I feel over time, they both gain clarity and insight into the connection, but they both go on different directions, in different directions because of where they needed to go when they separated. So they separate after that first cycle and they go in different directions. And then some sort of truth and clarity comes in. But the thing is, when they separate and they grow, and that clarity comes in, what am I trying to say? They're both going to recognize that, like, they can't really escape this connection. It's not out of codependency. It's not out of codependency or like a lack of free will. It's not that. It's just that when somebody is the one for you, or they have all the qualities that you like, you can't replicate that person. Yeah, it's that bond. It's like you can't replicate that person. You get what I'm saying? Because they are who they are, your manifestation. They just have to develop into it. So it's like, how can I say, it's like your person is your person. Regardless if you don't want them to be because you're mad in the moment or you don't like what happened, at some point you have to come to a level of forgiveness, because in reality the connection never really got started. It was a false start. You get what I'm saying? Because things need things needed to be cleared out, but they both had to trigger things in one another because the feminine also had lessons to learn. Like his behavior also had to push her to love herself more and walk away from the thing that she want when it's not serving her. And she had to go on her journey and to not think about them and to let them go. And then they had to think about their actions and who they're becoming and change. So it's always something that was going to take time. But when the universe bring them back together, it's because they both come to the conclusion of what they're manifesting, what they want. They have the same wish fulfillment desire. So remember like how I said they could work really well together and they're different in their energy. She's more water, he's more air. It's that they both want the same thing. They just have different ways of going about it. So from his point of view, it's like he won't open up his emotions and express that part of himself until he is ready to commit to that person. But he's more of an observer. He's going to observe you, he's going to watch you, study you, learn you. And that can make him a great partner of he's going to pay attention to what you like and he's going to become that, not because he's trying to mask it to get you, but because he wants to make you happy, he wants to please you. He's not all about, his emotions don't conflict with what he knows what he needs to do. You get me? So he's a masculine. When he is in that energy, he's going to take charge. He's cleaning up his life because he's saying, I want to give her the very best version of me. But I'm not, but he's aware I'm not that person. Just because you want something, it does not mean that you can just easily cut off everything else that you've been doing and switch into it. Because it sounds simple, but if a feminine is like, I want $1 million, right? I want to create that. And then I want to build up this business. Okay, we know you want that, but you're not going to have that tomorrow. You have to go learn how to discipline yourself, go to bed on time, make these moves that's going to make you become that millionaire or whatever so you can open up this vision. Like, you get me? Rome ain't built in a day. So it's the same thing with someone who can say, this is what I want, but knowing that they're not ready for it because of where they are. And then he still needed to grow emotionally, learn some soul lessons because he was in a toxic place, a toxic cycle. So they were always meant to be together. It's just that, remember, we had real love. It is real love, but it didn't play out the way that you would think love would play out because that's fantasy. Love is really hard. Love is work. Love is, you get me? It's not it's not just easy as like 1, 2, 3. So I feel like they both had to go on their own journey and then they both come to this conclusion of what they want. Not necessarily, well, he's always been thinking of her. She's his purpose. Her purpose is whatever she's doing that spirit is telling her to do. That's her purpose. But she is, am I saying that right? She's his purpose. So his mission is to become this emperor and provide for her, be there for her. But he's molding into what she needs. You get me? Like, and that's how I see most masculines do it. It's like they want to be everything that the feminine needs. So if this feminine is spiritual and this feminine need that type of support, he's going to become that because that's who he loves. But he has to go through his own journey to awaken to himself, his spiritualness, become who he becomes, which is who she's been manifesting. And she's still awakening, becoming who she's supposed to become because that's who he was manifesting. So they become each other at different times, right? Because what he liked within that Queen of Swords, that High Priestess, Queen of Cups has it in her as well because she's the Empress. So she has all the queens in her, right? So it's just a journey that is a lot of soul work. And it's like, you're gonna get hurt in it because you might want love in that moment, but it's not ready. Not because that person don't love you or they're not trying to. It's just They have their own lessons to learn. You have your own lessons to learn. That's what spirit talks about when we say divine timing, and nobody likes divine timing. Right? But this is new love. So for some of you guys, you're coming up on that timeline where you're going to come into union with this person because you guys already been through this, and they're almost done with that inner work. Because it comes to, there's a couple of endings that you have. There's the first cycle, then the second cycle, or however many that you go through. It might not be that much. I'm trying to think how many cycles I went through with mine. Yeah, that first cycle, I blocked him. I blocked him for 3 months, but it was because of communication. We hadn't even seen each other. And then I unblocked him because I was growing. Thank you. I was growing, and then spirit was talking to my heart. And I learned in that, like, how I communicate, because your counterpart also reflects things with you. My counterpart always kept leaving. Like, he would leave conversations unfinished and stuff, and that bothered me. And I did bring it up to him, but I didn't realize that I didn't elaborate on it. Like, I didn't tell him my feelings was hurt off of it. I would tell him, like, why do you do that? And then if I didn't like his answer, and then he would disappear again, that's what I got mad, and then I blocked them, right? But it was like, and you would think like, that's cool, what did you do wrong? But I had a revelation that, like, wait, I didn't tell him that it was affecting me. I got mad. I should have told him, like, I don't like when you do that. Can you not do that? Because if you do that, this is how it's going to make me feel. So I had a problem with communication too, but I was pointing the finger at him, like, I don't like the way you communicate because you just disappear, but I do the same thing because I'm an avoidant too. So I realized that, like, I do the same thing just in a different way. And when we don't recognize our own patterns, we're so quick to blame the other person. Like, you get what I'm saying? So it's not that your feelings are invalid, it's that we are still learning how to express ourselves. We're still learning how to communicate, work with another person, but we got to work on ourselves first. So when I unblocked him, that's what I told him. I was like, hey, I was like, I blocked you. And I was like, and I blocked you because I felt like you, this is where I articulated it more. I was like, I felt like you was playing games with me. Like, you told me you wanted to see me, and then you wasn't making nothing happen. So it was just confusing. You get me? And he apologized. He was like, he was like, I didn't mean to make you feel like that. Like, that wasn't my intentions at all. And I do believe it. And he was like, I don't know why I do that. Like, that's a thing that he does with everybody, where he just leaves them on red. You get me? And we started talking again because we never had any real beef. It was just like, your communication sucks. Like, I don't care about whatever you doing. Just, if you're gonna connect to me, connect to me. Like, I'm not coming in here trying to control nothing. So he did a work on it. Communication got better. We opened up another cycle. No, we actually didn't. We had a conversation, and then he tried to talk to me. And I think I said something like, you don't need to, I was like, you don't need to change whatever you've been doing if you feel like if it's not who you are. I wasn't telling you so that you could. That probably confused the shit out of him. Now I'm saying it because I did want him to change that, but then I told him, like, you didn't have to change it. You get me? Because my thing is, like, I don't want to force you to do something. If that's not how you are, then don't force yourself to be that way. I'm addressing it because I was letting you know how it was making me mad. But then he started asking me about myself and my day. Like, he wanted to go back to how we were talking. You get me? But I think I ended the conversation. And then after that, but I didn't end it in a bad way. It was just like, I was like, well, I'm going to go now. And I told him something that I was going to go do. And I was like, that's pretty much just how I wanted you to handle the situation with me. It's like, just be courteous and let me know, like, you're going to go. You get me? And then he liked the message. And then after that, we stopped talking. He didn't hit me up. I didn't hit him up. And then I think like 3 months went by, and I was like, oh, he really not hitting me up. But I guess he took that like maybe I wasn't interested. You get, but the communication barrier was still there because I guess that was his way of trying, but I was still seeing it from a point of view of like it wasn't good enough for me, but for him it was like I'm trying to communicate, but you just told me not to do this. You get me? So then that went for a year. Like I let him go. I started dating other people. Cause I'm like, I'm looking for my counterpart. You get me? I'm looking for my counterpart. I went and I started dating other people. It was shit out there. But I was having fun on my journey. Like I was just enjoying myself, learning all of this stuff. And the year went by. So pretty much now this is 2 years since I met him, and I met him one time. One time. But we couldn't get it off the ground. So then after 2 years, I think right before my birthday, I hit him up. But this is why I say you guys can change into being the masculine energy, because I was doing readings and the readings kept saying the masculine's going to reach out, right? And I thought they were going to reach out. But and even in how the reading said it was like this masculine's going to impulsively like reach out. So I knew they were the ones pulling on my energy because they were thinking about me a lot and they were going through a spiritual awakening. So I started doing some spying and I saw that like, oh, they really are going through a spiritual awakening. I guess they're on this timeline. Okay. So remember, we never had beef. We were always cool when we come back, but it's just like you clearly weren't ready and I'm not going to chase you. But I never disrespected him. I never cussed him out. I talked to him differently, even than my twin flame, right? So I had learned how to like express myself. But anyways, so I kept feeling pulled to like reach out to him, but it was just in a space of like let bygones be bygones and just check on him because you want to check on him. So I did. I sent him a message and I was just like, "Hey, I was just thinking of you. I hope you're doing all right." And then he was happy to hear from me. That was when we started up a cycle again and we actually saw each other after those 2 years. So when we saw each other, that's how I knew it was real. It was like, okay, there is, because he felt like home. He felt like home. And when I went to his house, that's what I told him. I was like, your house feels like home. Like it feels like home. Like I'm at home. And it's like, I felt safe in his energy. You get me? I don't be feeling safe in people's energy. Like I tell y'all, I'm real masculine, so but I felt safe and I was very feminine with him. But that was the second cycle. And then after that, communication was better, but it started getting bad again. And then that's where I was like picking up on some stuff. And I would try to walk away, but he would tell me no. So I would be drawn back in. And then I would let it go because I'm like, okay, I see he's trying to make changes. Like he would start calling and stuff, right? I'm okay with moving slow. And then I saw him again. So I only saw him twice after all that time and in our cycles. But the third, to me, I considered that like, because I'm a cutter offer, okay? I'll cut you off real quick. So I had cut him off. And then he came back though. Like we both do it. Sometimes I'm in the masculine energy, and then he's in the feminine energy, and sometimes he's in the wait. I always feel like I'm saying it wrong. Sometimes I'm in the masculine energy and he's in the feminine energy, and sometimes he's in the masculine energy and I'm in the feminine energy. It bounce, right? So it's like I would be giving him his space because I would tell him like I don't feel like you're here, but it's no, I don't have no bad blood. We're not meshing, right? And I don't want to fight with you, but like I know what I want, I know where I'm going. So we never had issues. It was just communication. It's just him refusing to open up, right? And then I would leave and he would come back. So it's like when I would leave, he would come back and get me. But then it would start up again. But it was always better. It was always better, but I could still tell it's not ready. And then when I found out about the twin flame still being there, that's when it was a wrap for me. So that was the final ending, right? That was the final ending. Like, okay, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. Because there's that confusion of like, yo, we know what this is, but why are you not there yet? But then you could feel them changing, you could feel them working on themselves, but they still don't know as much as you because they're awakening into their power, they're awakening into who they are. So they're having to fight the material world and the spiritual one. Like they're having to exchange because that's how this journey works. Like you have to sacrifice something. You get me? So when you're dealing with your counterpart, it's like it's gonna be messy like that. It's not like the twin flame where it's just like they're just intentionally hurting you. It's more of a like there's a lot of confusion and misunderstandings because you have the right intentions, but your lack of communication and trying to hide things and lying because you're still trying to figure out yourself, even though you know you want this. It's like they go through this period of retracting. They also retract. They go from being so sure this is what they want and they know that this is what they should pursue to now they're battling with the judgment of the world. What is the world going to think? What are people going to think? Oh my God, should I go this direction? So it's easier to go the route that pleases everybody else. But that's the sacrifice you have to make. You have to end your old life in order to have the new one. You get what I'm saying? So it's like the masculine has to do that work, but they have to lose the feminine in order for them to feel that before it even gets started. So it's like nothing has been lost. It just has not gotten started yet. It just has not gotten started yet. It's just been a glimpse of what it could be. So in the storyline, it's at that point where like that conversation needs to come in. But that conversation, it's like they've grown into this emperor, right? She's grown into this empress. So this isn't that it's a mature real conversation of like this is what's happening, this is what it's going to be. Either we're going to move towards union, being with each other, or we're not going to. Hey, that's balance. Somebody took away their light. Now we got 45 45. They always behind us because the feminine, the divine feminines is the leaders. You done the same on your journey? Exactly. Exactly. I wanted him to want to do it. But you know, in reality, it's like for me, I let go. I'm in a whole different space. I'm like, if you want me, you gonna have a lot of proving to do. Cause at this point, I don't want nobody. I don't want nothing. I am so over it. I'm like, I'm okay with being single forever. But I do believe in love. I believe in leading the collective. I still believe in divine unions. But I'm just to a point where it's just like I don't have another betrayal or another like me helping somebody else heal and me expanding my energy. It's just not, it's dead. It's gone. Right? Yes, they could stay over there. Like, if you want me, you gotta fight for it. I'm not lifting a finger because I already did all that. I already did all the fighting. I already did all the understanding and giving. It does nothing for me. Well, it does. I'm not gonna say that. I'm sorry, spirit, because it all helped me grow. You get me? If he didn't do that, I don't think I would have tapped into this part of myself, because to be honest, that hurted me. Like it went from me not having no feelings to me realizing how much I really did care about them when I found out about that twin flame still being there, because it was like, it was so evident. It's like you want me to stay here, you want me to wait, but you're not giving me anything. Like, how is that fair to you? And I keep telling you about it, but you're not giving it to me, but it's because you're giving it to somebody else, somebody that you know you don't even want to be with. Like, do you know how annoying that is? And I think that's what got me, it pissed me off, because it was like it went from hurting my feelings to pissing me off. Like, oh, I'm fucking done with this shit. Like, you the last person that's gonna do that to me. Fuck the understanding, because I'm tired. You could go stay over there. I don't give a fuck if you counterpart or not. Go stay over there. You get me? But, and then it sucks because it's like, it don't matter how strong you are. Your counterpart affects you because they pull on you. Like, that picture, that one image that I have where that girl's trying to walk away and then the leg is coming out of the water and it's just like holding them. That's literally how it is. So it's like, it's just like the twin flame where you can't get rid of the twin flame because that's you. I don't telepathically communicate with my twin flame, but I feel him. I don't know how to explain that. It's like I carry him with me. Like, he's always in the back of my mind because he's me. So I'm always reminded of him in some way, but not in a way that's like, oh my God, I remember when we were together. Oh my God, I miss him. Oh my God, he betrayed me. Like, it's not like that. It's just that energy is there. It's like, because he's me. So it's just that part of me, but it feels like his essence, his energy is just always with me. But that's because he's my shadow in the flesh. You get me? So with him, it's not this thing where we communicate, but he's always there. My counterpart, he's always on my mind, even if I don't want to think about him, because I'm always on his mind. So it's like, and I had told him that. I told him we were spiritually connected. Like, he knows that I know. So I wonder sometimes if because he knows that, like, you get me? But I don't think it's something he does intentionally. I think that's just how it is. I think I'm going to always be on his mind. He's going to always be on my mind. Even if we don't choose each other this lifetime. I feel like that's how it's going to be, because there is that unconditional love there. It's not... Unconditional love is unconditional love. Because it's like, even right now, I'm pissed. I'm not even going to lie. I'm pissed at him. I'm pissed at everybody. Like, I'm in my shadow energy and my light is slowly coming back. So, you know, but I'm allowing myself to feel how I feel. And I'm pissed at him, but at the same time, like, I understand everything from that higher perspective. So I know I'm going to get over it. I'm just not over it yet. But I know I'm going to get over it. And when I get over it, I'm going to feel like it doesn't even matter anymore. Like, because I truly do care about him. I truly do love him. I understand. You get me? It's like, your actions hurt me. You didn't hurt me. Your actions did. Because in reality, I was supposed to find out what you were processing. But because I'm a high priestess, I found out. And we both know I know. So you feel dumb. And you know you hurt me. So it's like, because of our higher energies are together, we beefing. Like, and I'm mad at you. You know we beefing. But you know that I'm going to calm down too. And that's what you're waiting for. And when I calm down, I'm going to be happy to see you. But right now, I'm pissed at you. Leave me the fuck alone. Like, and everybody leave me alone. But I'm still going to go out there. I'm still going to go date. I'm still going to do whatever I want. Right? Revenge, bitch. Like, y'all know, right? But that's how it feels. That's how it goes. Like, these connections, there's just some connections you cannot escape. And I feel like you can't escape your twin flame, your true twin flame, and you can't escape your true counterpart. Not even if you want to, you won't be able to. It's the two most important connections you'll ever face. The other ones, you could let them go. You don't care. And we got more than one counterparts, but when it's your true counterpart, you just gonna know. You're gonna be locked into them. I felt something similar to that. Like my twin flame was trying to pull me down with him, and I'm saying I cut all cords and all that no longer serves me. Trying to get his energy off me. Yeah, you're never gonna be able to cut that cord. You can cut the energy flow, but you can't cut the cord. You get me? And I know that for a fact because my first twin flame, like, the only reason why I could still, if I want to, I could still flow with energy with my first twin flame because he was my first love. So he was someone important in my life. But my energy flow and my connection with my shadow twin is way stronger than that twin flame, because that twin flame wasn't my shadow twin. He was a twin flame because we had a past life connection together. You get me? And he was karmic and I was karmic. So it's, you can cut that cord with some people, but you can't cut that energetic cord with your twin flames. Let me go, demon. Exactly. It's just all balancing out. It's all balancing out. So, that was a crazy reading. Like, I don't be wanting to tell y'all everything because it's like, some of y'all haven't even began that journey, but I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out how to listen to spirit, because it's like, when y'all get there, you're going to understand the energy so differently. I've seen it happen so much. You get me? And it's like, you thought that you understood it, but when you actually get in that cycle, thank you, Brandon. When you actually get in that cycle, it hits completely differently, because it's like, damn. Like, when I was with my twin flame, I used to think the divine counterpart readings was about him because that's who I was with. That's the energy I was connected to. And my twin flame was actually very manipulative. So because he knew I was a reader, he would actually watch my readings. You get me? But he would watch like Pisces readings and think it's me. I'm not always in Pisces energy. Like, sometimes I'm in my moon energy or my north node. But he would think that it, like, I'm reading my own story. And I'm like, I wasn't even in that cycle. You get me? So certain things he would hear, he would pretend like he has changed. He was changing slowly, but a lot of it was pretend because he knew who I was. You get me? He knew where I was in my growth. So he was mirroring me. So it seemed like the readings were about him changing, and it wasn't. Then when I met my true counterpart, I realized that that energy was not for him. It was for my counterpart, and I hadn't even met him yet. So yeah, it's like, even it's trippy for me because even when I met my counterpart, which is almost 3 years ago now at this point, when I first met him and I was reading energy for the collective for those that were in that cycle, just like I read now, past, present, future, I read past, present, future. I read the whole storyline about him messing with the twin flame, him breaking the divine feminine's heart, him choosing her in the end, changing. I read all of that, but I didn't know it applied to me because I didn't know him and I didn't have an attachment to him. And all of that shit played out. And it was just like, So I'll be blown like, damn. Because I'm still learning lessons too, but I'm the messenger. My readings are true. My readings have nothing to do with lessons. I have the insight because I'm connected to source. I'm a channeler. I have direct information from the divine. So that should still be hitting me. That's why I be telling y'all, like, y'all gonna hear these readings, but you're still going to be, you're still not gonna know when it's gonna play out. You're just gonna remember it like, this is that part of the storyline. Because that's how it happened for me. Like I told you, I didn't know I was going to be the masculine energy that reached out, but I had that impulsive urge. That was me. So it wasn't him, but I know this time he got to reach out because I ain't coming back. Like I'm in an energy, even though I know that's my counterpart, even though I know how this journey go, I'm not dead hold on like, oh, I'm going to choose him. You get me? Because I feel like I go with where how I feel and like what is aligning to me. I'm going to choose what aligns to me. So if I meet someone else and they're more aligned to me, that's the path that I'm going to choose cuz I allow myself to change, to transform. If you're meant to be with me, you're going to do that work. And I don't want to be with somebody who's scared of me. If you scared to approach me, if your ego too big to apologize, I'm not sitting around waiting for that apology or for you to do that work. You get me? So it's like I still keep moving forward regardless of what these readings say because at the end of the day you're willing your own reality. So, but I'm pretty accurate. Everything that I've read, I've experienced it at some level. Some I still haven't experienced, but I know I'm in a 50-50 direction right now. I'm in a space where it's like I'm moving towards this direction where it's like I'm just going to be a goddess and be single for the rest of my life. And because I want sons, I want more kids, I'm just looking for another god who wants to give me a baby and we could be partners. Like, and we could both keep our singleness. I don't care what you do. I just need you to raise this child with me because you want to be a father too. Because I want to pick somebody who's elevated, who can instill that. Because for me, relationships are purpose. They're for purpose. So I'm someone who is a real empress. Like I have children and I invest in my kids because I'm building up human beings that are going to be in this world that needs to make change in the world. Oh my God, Brandon. That needs to make change in the world. You get me? So it's like when it comes to sons, those are masculines that I want to raise. I already have the divine feminines. So it's purposeful for me. And once I got that clarification in myself that like I love myself deeply. I have 4 kids. I have 4 daughters, all girls. I love myself deeply. So it's like I'm not and you know I provide for myself and my kids, so it's like I'm not in need of what someone can give me. I want love, yes, but like time is running out as well. I'm going to be 34. I don't want to have kids when I'm 40 and be risking like disabilities and all of those things like when I already have this vision. My goal is to build an empire. Like I literally want to have land and I want to raise up a community. So having a lot of kids was always a part of my vision. My ex-husband was my first husband and we were different people then. You get me? Like he's not that person for that vision. But I've also learned that I don't need to be married to have that. There's men that do it all the time that have all these wives. Like, you get what I'm saying? Or they have all these baby mamas because it's about their lineage. And I feel like I'm an alpha female and that's the same thing that I am. So I don't care about how the world interpret it. Like I want children for me for what I'm building, but I do want them to have 2 parents, and those 2 parents don't have to be in the same household. They don't have to be in a relationship, but those children is going to have the masculine and the feminine dynamic. That's what I want. So getting clear on that, it's like I am very content. So it's going to take a lot for a masculine to show me why I should leave my independence and my singleness to be with him, to be honest. So that's the point that I've gotten to, where it's like, even if that is my counterpart, I'm different, because the version of me that he had, he didn't cling to that. He didn't grow with me. So I outgrew something that I wanted before. So it's like, I just allow myself to transform. But I say it's 50-50 because I'm not trying to be greedy. I'm not trying to have like, oh, this man, that man, that man, that man. I want children. So, but I'm still monogamous. If I'm going to be in a relationship, I would prefer to be with one person. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, that's the 50-50, because I'm going this direction. But if you can convince me why I should build with you, then I can go that direction. But I'm going this direction because in this moment I'm choosing me. Heck no, that defeats the purpose. That defeats the purpose, babe. I want children. I don't want to give away my child. That's silly. Like right now, my codependent, my co-parenting with my ex-husband, like he has the kids right now. You get me? I'm going to get them back in December, but he has them right now. So it's like, he's a good father. We have no problems when it comes to us being codependent. To me, that's just something I want to do purposely. With my ex-husband, that wasn't on purpose. We were married, we had children, we got a divorce, we got to share responsibility. I had to build myself up. But we actually have that dynamic where he takes care of his kids. Do you get me? Like, even when I do get them back, he's still gonna get them. So they have rooms at his house, they have clothes at his house, all of that. I want that same dynamic with somebody else that want to give me sons. Like, because, and it's a certain type of masculine. I don't just want to have a baby with a man. Like, it's the qualities that I'm looking for because of how I want my son to be raised. Because I'm spiritual, you get me? I'm a high priestess. I would prefer a God that is a hierophant, because that legacy is what we're building in that child. You get me? The values that we're instilling in him. Yeah, I want it to be divine. Exactly. So it's like, that's where I said is where I'm at now. It's like, my perspective has changed about what I want. It's like, I'm just in that alpha energy. I I don't need anything. You get me? And it's like, I've already accepted that I'm a strong feminine. So a lot of men are intimidated by me. The only ones that wouldn't be intimidated by me are the divine masculines, and the divine masculines that have done that work within themselves. So I have to have someone who matches my energy. You get what I'm saying? Because when we haven't, if we're the ones ahead, the divine feminines, we haven't met the divine masculine in his full energy, so we don't know what that power feels like, because we're the stronger ones. So it's like, that's what I want. I want that divine energy, but the divine masculine that I choose, he would be on board for it too, because he would understand that, like, we have those same values and that same freedom in ourselves, that it's like, it's about union, partnership for the child. It's not, you get me? It's a bigger mission. It's the children are purpose driven. Thank you, Javion. Thank you, Brandon. That's because you know me. But most men, I am intimidating. Tell that to the ones that get on my damn nerves. She free. Oh, I like that. Yes, yes, yes. That's how I feel. I feel free. I feel peaceful, because it's like and I feel like everybody should feel that way about themselves, because if peace isn't added to your life, if you're not benefiting and having peace from being with somebody in a partnership, what's the point? It's better to just be by yourself. Like, you get me? And that's why it's important to be independent, because you don't have to depend on anybody to have your freedom. You're independent. You could do what you want to do. So it's like, I don't know. And maybe I'm supposed to get to this place, like, but that place, this place that I'm in is just full blown, hi Helen. It's full blown content. I feel content. I feel content. I feel happy. I feel at peace. Because there's nothing holding on to me, clinging to me that, like, I'd have no control over, or dragging me down. Even if I feel that pull with my counterpart, it's because I unconditionally love him. So even if I'm mad at him in this moment, I still want the best for him. I don't hate him. I'm mad because those are the feelings that were brought up in me because of what you created. You didn't have to treat me like that. I'm just tired of the lack of consideration, or people having to learn later on, like, oh, not to do this, or how they hurt you. You get what I'm saying? But the higher perspective of understanding, of knowing, like, I know you didn't mean to do that. I know you're trying to figure out yourself, but I could still process on that human level of, but you got me fucked up. You still, and that's that balance between your light and shadow. You don't always gotta be okay with how people treat you and what they do to you. You could get mad. You get me? You can make them you can make them feel that mad too, and don't feel bad about it, because they deserve it. But then but don't hold on to that energy. At some point, you gotta let that energy go. So for me, I'm just in the space where I'm aware that this is how I feel, and I'm acknowledging it, instead of being like, oh, I understand, I understand, I understand. Yes, I understand, but you still got me fucked up. Like, I want to fight you. And until that energy is ready to release, that's just going to be what it is. Oh, I like that. What is it to live life only to realize you never lived life? Exactly. I don't know who said that, but that is facts. That is facts. Man, and that's how I'm feeling. I feel free because I feel like this part of my journey, that's the stage that I never really embraced, was how angry I do get at times, and I control it and I suppress it, and I just think about my light and showing up that way. But it's like, no, I'm gonna be mad, I'm gonna get loud. And that's divine energy as well. You get me? My light's gonna come back. She always come back. But I don't think I give my shadow enough space to breathe. It is to have been dead the whole time. Try again next time. Oh, wow. What that mean? Oh, what that mean, Derek? But yes, you guys, like, and thank you guys for staying on, because y'all been just sitting here listening and vibing. Okay. Okay, it's 2:32. We need to take our ass to sleep. What time is it where y'all at? But I feel like we haven't been up in a while on here. I'll be doing this on TikTok. It'd be funny when Toro chick go over there. I remember that one time she was mad. She was like, you need to come back on YouTube when I had disappeared. And she was like, I was like, dang, she calling me out because I was cheating on YouTube with TikTok. But she's the reason why I came back over here. She's like, you better bring your ass back over here. It's 3:32 a.m. Oh, you're an hour ahead in Brooklyn. Okay, Australia, 7:32 p.m. Oh, it's early over there for you. We over here got it all late. I think Tam is in Australia too, but Tam not on there tonight. 12:33 a.m. in LA. Okay, you in LA? I didn't know that. I didn't know that, Bianca. Woo woo. What part of LA? I used to live in West LA. Paige, you was still on here? I thought you was gone, girl. You talking about my tarot reader godmother? Her name is Kate Regretless Life. Oh, she didn't help me get into tarot. I don't know this woman. I don't know her personally. I just shout her out because I watched Kate when I started my reading journey. She popped up on my timeline and I fell in love with her storyline readings. I was like, I've never seen a tarot reader read like this. And I was still figuring out how I was supposed to read. Like, I have some videos of my earlier reading. I always saw past, present, future. I just didn't really know. My readings used to go like this. I mean, I still do it, but it was just like, what do I need to know? What do they need to know, Spirit? And I would just let the story play out, right? But with Kate, it's like, Kate asked specific questions. And it's like, what I noticed was that with her storyline, it was like, she directed it based off of her questions. So instead of me just asking Spirit, then Kate is like she's like, when you read a story, right? There's like a plot. There's the beginning, there's the middle, there's the end. So there's like the plot, all of that. So she reads like that. I feel like she's way more specific than me. But she's like, her stories, it's like, they're connected to my stories, but my stories is more focused on union. It's hers is like different stories, and she don't do that toxic karmic stuff. So I be sending people energy. I be sending people energy because I be protective of her, and I be like, don't come over here with that shit. You know, because she's really sweet and she don't like that stuff. And people be sending her emails and stuff about, like, because she don't claim to be a psychic and stuff like that. She just tell people she used the tarot cards to read stories. She's a storyteller. But we'd be like, Kate, we know you psychic. We know, wink, wink. Right? The ones I've emailed her to, and I've told her, I've given her flowers, because I definitely believe in that. Like, somebody inspire you, they teach you, you learn from them, give them their flowers. Because I know that that's what would happen. It's like, people will see me and they'd be like, oh my God, you're so amazing. But it's like, she's the one that I learned that from. She's the one I feel like, I don't know. I don't see no readers that be doing storytelling. Like Kate was the first person I saw. And she be in her own lane. You know, she don't bother nobody. She don't watch. I don't think she watched tarot either. I had sent her my channel and I was like, I'm your protege. I was like, if you wanna watch what you created. But Kate know me. She know me as wholesome woman. Cause I don't use my coffee with she and tarot, but that's because I'm not trying to get her following, you get me? So I just go in there in my cognito mode account. But she knows who I am. She knows that I'm like a tarot reader. She knows that I'm wholesome woman. Kate did a reading for me before. Um, when I had joined her membership. Like, this is her deck. This is her deck that she created. That was the happiest day of my life. That's how I knew she was really my godmother. I call her that. But I'm going to tell you how I came across Kate. Because I told y'all, when I started my journey, I used to read for myself. And I would let spirit guide me. So spirit told me that there was a spirit guide that was going to come into my life. Spirit guides come in the form of humans too. It's not just like spirit, right? And they're like, this person is going to teach you. So I was thinking like, I'm going to actually meet a teacher. But when I came across Kate, her storylines resonated with me and they gave me a different perspective. Like, because before her, I was reading energy, and then I didn't really have the perspective, like, to look at the character's perspective. I would just read the reason why they behaved a certain way, but not necessarily, like, I just didn't know how to put it together. I mean, if y'all go in my playlist, because I have my earlier readings, you will see that was me just reading how I naturally read. Then when I came across her, it was like, I resonate with her. And it felt like she was like a older guidance. Like, you know, when you listen to older people that have wisdom, that's how I was receiving her. So I naturally started picking it up, and it was like she has a method to her reading because of the questions that she asks, and she's navigating it. So I started to see that, and it was like, oh, this is story. Like, read it like a story. So then I created my own, where it was just like, okay, I always start out, y'all notice I always say, like, what do you have? What do we have, spirit? You get me? For the collective. And then I start building off of that. So we got the seven of wands. This is about blockages, being defensive, somebody's sad, page of cups. We could read it like that. That's us reading energy. But just having these three cards together, it's like somebody's super sad because they feel like they blocked something that was important. They owe somebody an apology, right? And it's like they're disappointed in how things turned out. They wish that it could have turned out better. And they blocked it because they were being defensive over their own self, over the connection, right? So this is something that they're reflecting on, analyzing. All that information I could get out of three cards. You don't always have to rush. Now it's like, okay, building up off of that, what's going to lead it is, what's the next question you're going to ask? If we know somebody's sad because something didn't work out in their favor, it didn't go the way that they expected it to because of their own need to be defensive, they want to apologize, what do you ask next? Okay, we could ask what happened. Why were they defensive? We could get into that. Or we can ask, what do they want to apologize for? You get me? We already know why they're disappointed, but what do they want to apologize for? You get me? So it's like your reading can, it's you guiding it, but you gotta know the right questions to ask. But like I said, I looked at it. So she didn't technically teach me. She didn't give me classes. Kate don't do none of that. Kate don't do personals. She just read for the collective. And she works really hard. Like, she show up every day, even on sick days. She be doing her dang thing. So I always support her. Like, I tell her sometimes I'm just being incognito mode and I be liking from a distance. You know? Kate is the only tarot reader that I watch. But her name is Kate Regretless Life. She also have another channel called Tarot Dog. Right? But if y'all go over there, just show her love. Y'all don't even have to mention me. Just like her stuff. Support her. But you will learn a lot from her too. If you like my readings, oh, you guys gonna like hers even 10 times more. I'm just more of the raunchier version of her because I do the shadow readings. Like, I pick up on that toxic energy too, and I read that. You get me? Kate don't like to do that. She get them storylines sometimes, but she not trying to do them type of readings. She's like, I'm not doing abusive stuff, none of that. You know? And I don't really pick up on those type of energies either. Like, maybe verbally and things like that. Somebody's huge ego, but But yeah, I call her my fairy godmother because Spirit told me she was gonna come into my life, and then like I was gonna have this guide, and I just knew it was her, because I'm like, I felt that bond with her, just like how some of you guys feel with me. Like, I felt that with her. So that was 3 years ago. 3 years ago. And then why I say this is special is because she had a raffle, because Kate give away things and stuff too, but she had a raffle. And I never win stuff, but I was just like, I'm going to do it because I love her and I would love to have something of hers. And I did. And the crazy thing is, like, where blue butterfly came from was because my brother had died. He got killed 2 days before he was supposed to come out here. And I had dyed my hair blue. It was blue for a long time. And then I named my collective Blue Butterfly. Before then, I didn't have a name, but I named them Blue Butterfly after him. So she had this Egyptian It's like a necklace. It looked like this, but it's blue. It's blue. It actually looked just like this, but it's blue, right? Um, but she had this Egyptian like case, and it was blue, and then inside she had the blue necklace because she likes to wear these type of like necklaces, like I showed you, like that. She had that in there, and then she had her deck that she had made, and then she had a pendulum. And what else did she have in there? I think that was it. And then she gave some stickers. Like she personalized it. She wrote me a letter. She put Queen She on there. I have it somewhere over here. Um, but she just told me like, you know, think she was like thankful that I like support her and things like that. I'll be cussing out people on her channel and they would start their stuff. Like I'm telling y'all, it was so funny. Little feisty Pisces. So, because I don't like that. Like this lady show up, she be giving me all these readings. What is y'all tripping for? Like, you get me? But anyways, and then it would be making her sad because like I'm telling you, she don't like that stuff. She do not like that stuff. But Kate is an empress. She's an empress. Um. So, anyways, I won, and I was like, what? She was like, wholesome woman. I was like, oh, heck yeah. So then I emailed her, gave her my address and all of that. And she sent it to me. And then it was funny because I had a bunch of cats, right? And she had sent me these stickers that said cat lady. And it had like a couple cats on there. And then the stickers that it said Pisces and all of this stuff. So I was like, oh, Kate know a little bit about me. I know. She's talking about she's not psychic. Yes, she is. It's okay. It's okay, Paige. It's okay. My brother had it coming. My brother was bad as hell, okay? He was doing stuff to people too. Like, but he was doing good towards the end of his life. So he changed, you know. But we all knew it was gonna come at some point. How do you know about psychic abilities? Oh. If you follow me on IG, you could DM me. It's Queen She Montage. It's Queen She Montage. Or if you find Coffee with She and Tarot, there's the if you find Coffee with She and Tarot, there's I think Queen She Montage is in the bio for my personal account. Keep studying. It's gonna come together. Once you learn the book, and then learn to trust your intuition, but it comes in time. Because I definitely didn't trust my intuition, but my intuition was strong. It was on point. I would be proud. Yeah, Kate would be proud. Oh my God. Yeah, I always try to give her credit. I have this plan that one day when I get really big, what I was going to do for her. But I definitely want people to know that, like, she's where I learned. You get me? I want her name to go out there. Yeah, they do have wisdom. Kate is only in her 40s though. She's not that old. But she got more wisdom than me, you know? Like that's how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to pass it on to each other. And then the next person, they get better at it and better at it and better at it. You like this live, honey? Oh, that wasn't a real reading that I was doing when I said they sad. I was just interpreting the card. You get me? I mean, I guess it is something, but we're not getting into that. Oh, you was answering to the question, like, why are they sad? We know why they sad, because they were being defensive, right? So it would be like, because then you're going to go on and on and on if you ask the same question that's already there. So then you want to go to more so of like, well, why were they being defensive? If they sad, why are they being defensive? Why were they being defensive? Now you get deeper into their subconscious. You feel like I'm your fairy godmother? Boop boop booty doo. I love that. Oh, I love that. Now, when you guys go back, like, I still need to find them TikTok videos that I have available here. But y'all go back to them videos, y'all gonna hear these storylines, but it was just a different energy. It was a different energy. Man, we all strong up in here. The divine feminines, psh, we not to be played with. Uh-oh. I've known say stuff in dreams. Like one of them told me he saw me with someone outside my house and I was there outside with them and stuff like that. That's crazy. My mom is one of those people. Like she be having dreams. She be having dreams. My mom is funny. Like my mom legit be having dreams because I remember I had told her, no, I was about to tell her. This was when I was like, I'm about to just be gay. Like, F these men. Right? So it was this girl I had a crush on. And I told my mom, I was going to tell her, like, don't be surprised if you find out, like, I'm with a girl. This woman, literally, before I even said that, she was like, I had a dream about you last night. And the dream, when I was in the dream, you was in bed with a girl. And he was like, Mom, it's not what it looks like. It's not what it looks like. I was like, you had a dream about me being in bed with a girl? I was just gonna tell you today, don't be alarmed if you see me with a girlfriend. Like, what the fuck? I swear to God. I didn't tell her nothing. I was like, my mom crazy. But my mom is like that. Like, whenever something, before my brother died, whenever something would happen to him, she always knew. And like, if somebody would tell her, because sometimes people would make up stuff and they'd be like, you know, he's hurt bad or somebody got him, she'd be like, no, I know he's still alive. Like she knew, she would know. And she would have dreams. My mom know, because it's not just that she's connected to her kids, she's spiritual, but she don't, some people are spiritual and don't know they're spiritual, but she learned after my brother passed. I feel like that's when she got into her abilities. That's crazy. Why you say no, Javion? I see and dream and my intuition been super sensitive lately. That's why I smile about the hybrid this. It's gonna keep growing. Like it's crazy because I would say keep yourself open. The more you're connected to your light energy, the more your abilities come in. When I'm connected to my shadow, some things be suppressed. Like, and when I do y'all personals, I connect to my light energy. So I be removing everything out of me. And it's like the energy that I read, it'd be so different. Because it'd be like, it's so much more magical. You get me? So it's like, I would say just try to meditate before doing your tarot and being in a happy space to where you're able to receive. And don't do it when it's like you have heaviness on your chest, because you'll confuse yourself. That's because when your energy is chaotic, you're not gonna know how to read your own chaotic energy. Reading your own energy is difficult for one. But I would tell you, like, figure out the right questions to ask yourself and just always be honest with yourself. That's how I learned, you know, just by taking accountability. Because naturally, people that are in your energy is going to want to come out. So if you too focused on that, it could be confusing. Because to me, sometimes I'm like, I don't really do readings on myself. And the reason why I don't like to is because if somebody energy come out, or like this, just think about tarot, right? If you interpret the cards, And if you're a little bit delusional, that delusional energy gonna come out. So it's like, okay, like let's say I say, what do I need to know, Spirit, right? Okay, we got the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. We got the Eight of Swords upright. We got the Fool. And we got the Emperor. You would automatically assume that's about a masculine. But if you're reading on your own energy, then you gotta not think about that being about a masculine. So we know the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. That means you're not in the space of lack, right? You're not feeling stuck, because the Eight of Swords is about being stuck. So you're already in an energy where this is already simple. Like, I'm not in a place of being stuck anymore. There's a new beginning that's up ahead for me, because now I'm in my own Emperor energy. I'm the Emperor, right? Because I asked about me. So you got to keep it focused on you. But because I learned that everything is a reflection, that means that I have an Emperor up ahead as well. So this is my own masculine coming towards me in my energy. And he's coming out of a place of not being in this lack and this prison as well. So both of us were sharing that energy of feeling stuck or not good enough in some place, some area of our life. But we both are feeling more empowered, right? Like we can take more charge and control over that because we're going where we're being guided. So, and that's really my energy. That's crazy. But it's, and then when you read the meanings, they'll give you more elaborated. I'm just giving like a rough draft. So I would say take the book and go step by step with each card. Don't rush yourself. Take out 4 cards at a time. Read what the book says for the first one. Okay, what does the Five of Pentacles mean in the reverse? Hold on, let me show you. Ooh, this book had got wet. It's so old. This book had got wet. But if you don't have this one, this is the best one to get because it has all the tarot in there. You could smoke a blunt before. That would be a fun reading. Thank you, honey. Okay, let's look at the Five of Pentacles in the reverse real quick. Because I'm showing you guys how y'all could just read your own energy, but also trusting your intuition. So we got the Five of Pentacles, right? We have the standard meaning, we have the upright, and then we have reverse. So we got it in the reverse. And when you look at when you do tarot, you want to look at your cards. You want to bond to them. Like just look at the cards. It looks like they're outside of a church. He got crutches. How does somebody feel when they have crutches? They're weak. They are wounded, right? They look hungry, like they're starving. And if you connect to the energy of the card, it's like they look very uncomfortable. They look cold as well. Like imagine being out in the cold, your leg is hurting. You get me? You can't sit down. There's nowhere to rest and put it in. His leg looked broken. You get me? And she's cold. So they both literally left out in the cold. So we've all been in that place where we know what that feels like. Like I remember one time I slept in the park and it was cold as fuck. You get me? Outside late at night. So I could feel that feeling. Yep, look into the details. So you got the details. Now we have the keyword meaning. It says poverty, right? Which that's what they look like. disappointment, loss, lack, restriction, disorder, and worry. So all of those feelings are negative. They don't feel good. That's the energy of the Five of Pentacles. Now it says, often this card depicts a couple or a family in an attitude of humility, poverty, or hardship. Their deprivation and suffering are evident. Sometimes a stained glass church windows appear above them, which indicate emphasizing spiritual values over material ones. So now you see how deep that is, like that detail. They're talking about the illustration of the picture. So now you have that insight, that information. It's like, damn, they're out in the cold. They are feeling at loss. They could even feel abandoned, rejected, right? Because that's the energy of the card. And then knowing that information, emphasizing spiritual values over material ones, you're noticing that this is that sacrifice. It's like you're going to be starved when you're trying to pursue a more spiritual path, because the physical don't support that. Like, meaning the people that you're connected to in that space, right? It's like they'll outcast you. They'll make you feel shame, guilt, isolated. So that's that energy of being casted out in the Five of Pentacles. Then we have the reverse meaning. It says the Five of Pentacles appears reversed. It can indicate recovery or persistence after a period of adversary. This is what it's up when it's in the upright. It's that adversary. But remember, we got it in the downward position. You reach deep down into your inner reserves to find the strength to carry on. Sometimes the card says the worst is over. It can also mean turning away from the material world to follow a spiritual path. So, and then this part, we have what it is related to money. So we have what it means when it's related to money. We have what it means when it's related to work, and when it's related to love. So let's say it's about love. We have the reverse 5 may suggest letting go of an unfulfilling relationship and seeking something better. Or it can show you emerging from a difficult time and doing what's necessary to repair the damage. So that was a lot of information off of one card, right? So when you just get accustomed to the card itself and the energy of it, and like do a dive deep on the meanings and then learn to connect to it, that's where it'll become easier and easier over time for you to read, because I just simplified it, right? Like all that information we got, but I simplified it when I said that I'm taking more control of my life, right? Taking charge, coming out of this place of lack, whatever I was feeling lack in, and stepping into that Emperor energy, because there's about to be this new beginning, creating that new beginning. So it's simplified, but it's the same thing. So when you get into the Eight of Swords, it's like, it's all about someone being in an entrapped mindset when they don't really need to be there. You could set yourself free. So the Five of Pentacles in the reverse is setting yourself free from that entrapped mindset, when in reality you have more power and control over your life, your situation, your direction. Remember, I explained that to you guys. I'm in a different energy where I see things differently now, where it's like when it comes to love, I can choose what I want versus like waiting for somebody to heal and fix me, or well, not even fix me, because that's not what I was thinking, but like to join union with me. Like I could go out and get what it is that I want. So that's the entrapment of belief. It's your belief system that be your entrapment, because swords energy is about the mind as well. So all of those things is going to tell you in the book, like what do wands mean, what do swords mean, what do cups mean, and pentacles. And that's the elements: water, air, fire, earth. So it breaks it all down. It's like school, you studying, right? Yeah. So this is the book to get. You get it off of Amazon. The Modern Witchcraft Book of Tarot. Tarot, your complete guide to understanding tarot. And then it have spells and stuff in the back if you want to do that. Oh, you want to see it again? You still hear it, Brandon? Y'all got it? Yeah, so when you read tarot, because that's how I did tarot too in my journey. It's like I would read on myself and then I would listen to a tarot reading and see if it resonate and align with me. Because, you know, you could get lost in tarot and then you just listening to whatever. And it's like, don't be taking on energy. That's not your energy. Y'all welcome. But I'm finna get off of here because I got to get up early tomorrow. It's 3 a.m. You ordering right now? The card, oh yes. So I'll tell y'all that and then I'll go. Now I'm at the point where decks call out to me. Yes, the first deck that I ever bought was this, where it called to me. Where is it? Here we go. Oh, like I went to the spiritual store. It was this one, Seasons of the Witch. There was a bunch of different decks. And then I just fell in love with this one. So these are oracles though. Oracles are good to have as well because they guide your readings. That's how I use them. Like this one says primal. There is no other way around but through the very truth that lives within you. So this is about like that primal animalistic nature in you. The more you become free in yourself, the more you tap into your natural instincts, right? Like how I explained to you guys, like I know that I'm gonna get over being upset, but that's just where I am, and I'm honoring that because it's primal. It's my shadow is provoked. It's, you get me? It's a part of me. It's just like when animals go out and hunt. Sometimes they enjoy that. They enjoy going after the prey. It's also fun doing the hunting, and then they sit down and they eat it. But they also know when to relax and chill like a lion, right? So it's like we have that in us as well. But some people just think it's taboo to behave that way. Some things are necessary. Hi, Tam. I was talking about you earlier because somebody was from Australia. And I'm like, oh, Tam is not on here. So, they'll call out to you. Sometimes you'll see it. You'll see other tarot readers with decks, and then you'll be like, oh my God, I want that deck. Like, I don't know if I had seen this deck anywhere. I think I was just on Amazon and I saw this deck. This one, and I was like, oh my God, I gotta get this deck. Like, it just called out to me. So after you go through the classic deck, and I love my classic decks. If y'all notice, I use these the most. But the classic decks, I always keep the classic decks on me. But like, this is different vibe. This is a different vibe than... Like, this is the classic deck, right? But it's a whole different vibe from this one, even though they're the same, because of the illustration. So this one more is like shadowy. This one is more bright. I'm trying to show y'all two of the same cards. Oh, here they go. You say, yeah, too many women hold it, that natural anger response to injustice and the disease when suppressed. And sometimes it's fun to scare people, you know, because they be thinking you so sweet. And then they see like, oh, never mind. Sometimes that'd be fun. That'd be fun for me. I'm mischievous. Because I am really sweet. Like my light energy is really, really sweet. But when I be in that shadow energy, boy, I don't give no fucks. Like I don't even be cussing as much when I be in my light energy. It just I just feel different. But my shadow energy is calming down. It's going away. I think December just made me mad. December was that month that just had me triggered. But look, okay. So you see same card, but it's a totally different vibe. Like just the energy that you feel off of the cards. But because I'm drawn to more darker, I like more darker illustrated vibes in my cards. Some people really like bright colors and stuff. Like I like intricate things, like how this is gold and black, and then this is like that same kind of vibe, right? But this is different. That's the Two of Wands, but it's different. The Strength card is different. So when you're telling stories off of these cards, they come off differently because it's different energy, but it's the same cards. And then like this one, well, this one is a better one to show. Like she looks nothing like the standard Queen of Cups, right? But these are the ones that I feel like it's best for storytelling because of the illustration. Like she still has the cup right there. She has the water in the background, but you could definitely tell she's more artistic. So this is a more artistic Queen of Cups, right? That's where she finds her peace. That's her serenity. So yeah, I didn't plan on giving you guys a lesson in tarot. Thank you guys. I've cooked a sandwich before. Yeah, that is so true, honey. You gotta let it breathe. Yep. Exactly. Their shocked faces. The art more detail, yep. Okay, I'll check it out. I'm gonna check it out and then I'll take my butt to bed. Yep, like a grilled cheese. I've made PB&J too. Like if you make a PB&J and you put butter in that pan on both sides, oh my god. Oh my god. I like my kids love it, but I love it too. It's so good and then it's all melted and yeah. I love watching people make sandwiches. I think another one I did was I had seen somebody do it. They spread cream cheese and I think garlic salt. Well, garlic salt in the cream cheese. They put the cream cheese on one end of the bread and the other, and they put I think the cheese in the middle, and they fry it on both ends. And I made that. It was so good. But I had made that to dip it in soup. That because that's how they did it. I was like, oh my god, I would never thought of this. I would never thought of this. No, it's like a grilled cheese in that pan. Put that butter. After you make a regular PB&J, you put butter in the pan and you fry one end and you fry the other end. Good. And it's melted. You're welcome, Paige. Paninis. What is a panini? Oh my god, I'm slow. Now I gotta know, what is a panini? You like to cook? I wish we could all just be on FaceTime and then we just be cooking. That would be fun. That's fire. You a little high? You be smoking? Girl, I didn't know. You welcome, Brandon. Oh, it's grilled sandwiches. Okay, okay, okay. Now I know the name. And I've heard that name, but I didn't know. Because I'm not American, y'all. I am foreign. I am from Belize. So some words I'd be like, what? Panini? But I've heard that word before. Pananis or pananis, paninis. Anyways, good night, y'all. I love you guys. If the reading resonated with you guys, if y'all made it this far, for those who watched the replay, thank you. I love you guys, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye. Good night, everybody.